go. Got the old Mega CD opening. Hopefully that's loud enough. I love that old Konami jingle. There we go. Cool. Right, so we've got Snatcher. Was that as usual? Just tell me if it's tell me if everything's loud enough. We'll get started first and see how it goes. I did tweak it earlier, so it should be okay. So yeah, Snatcher. I've got a very soft spot. I've got a soft spot for Snatcher. It's got cool music. This is possibly the best version of it as well. And just so people aren't thinking like, oh, he's just emulating a game that he doesn't have. I do actually own this game. This is a legit copy that I bought back a long time ago, before it became before it got to ridiculous prices. I believe the game is now about £300. I got it for about I think I got it for about 80 quid, 70 or 80 quid, but it was we're talking like 2005 or something. I think I got it. So yeah, I've owned it for a while. I've played it on original hardware. This is the first time I've actually emulated it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, because I really like it. So yeah, we're using joypad, using my trusty SEGA Saturn controller. As you can see, not many buttons. Just draw blaster and then select and shoot. That's all you need, really. And there's a bit of story here, so story, characters, and yeah, you know, the usual. It's all fictional. I think this beginning bit is it's got spoken dialogue, by the way, so I will let you guys listen. This story is dedicated to all those cyberpunks who fight against injustice and corruption every day of their lives.
June 6, 1996. A mysterious explosion destroys the Chernobyl research facility near Moscow. Lucifer Alpha, a powerful biological weapon under secret development there, is released into the atmosphere, creating a deadly biohazard. Carried by the trade winds, Lucifer Alpha spreads throughout Eastern Europe and Eurasia, destroying 80% of the populace. Half of the world's people die. The greatest biohazard in history later becomes known simply as the catastrophe. But at this time, who could have possibly imagined that the ultimate biohazard wouldn't occur for another half-century? 50 years later, mankind faces its greatest crisis. The appearance of a mysterious android life form. Its purpose and origin are unknown. Is it a new form of weapon? Or perhaps an invasion from some other world? They appear during winter, killing humans and infiltrating society by taking the place of their victims. Employing an artificial skin, they can sweat and even bleed. Part organic, part machine, they're almost impossible to distinguish from those they kill. As they steal their victims' bodies in order to take their place, these mysterious invaders become known as Snatchers.
There you go. So that's the general gist. Yeah, I forgot to mention actually. This is a Hideo Kojima game. I don't know. Was this the first game he directed? I forget now. Alvin, they're less like Terminators and more like replicants from Blade Runner, honestly. But they kind of look like Terminators. It's probably a bit of a mash of the two. Is it loud enough, by the way? I love this song so much. I mean, it could be Bubblegum Crisis as well. Like that, the sort of the pyramid in the middle there kind of looks like the one in Bubblegum Crisis. It's this sexy, like, saxophone music. Yeah, when did this come out? 1994. This came out. Metal Gear. Metal Gear. When does the porn scene start? Not all porn scenes have saxophone music in them.
It comes in paints.
I don't know, Marcelo. It should be there. I didn't take any out. Man, it's been ages since I've seen this. Is the command even pretty good? Or is it something else? Oh, okay. I don't know then.
How was work? Everything okay?
Gillian, what is it? What's wrong?
Jamie, I've become a junker.
A junker? Gillian, but why?
Jamie, you know why. It's the only way we can regain our lost memories. Snatcher is the only word that keeps coming back every time we try to remember our pasts. I have to face them to find out why.
Yes, but I can sense that there is something terrible hidden in our past. And if we remember it, it will destroy us.
Jamie! I'm going now. Jamie!
What? I can't hear you!
This voice acting is already excellent.
Gillian Seed, estimated age 31. 3 years ago, he and his wife Jamie Seed are taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. Both Gillian and Jamie suffer from severe amnesia. Their memories of events prior to being picked up in Siberia lost in a mysterious mental fog. 2 years ago, after a vain attempt to rebuild their marriage, Jamie and Gillian separate. Following extensive special military training, Gillian is ordered to report to Neo-Kobe City as a junker, effective today.
I miss bad voice acting in games. Oh, I really do. It's got SEGA in the background there. Konami Omni Building. So there's a lot of just references in this game, by the way, guys. Junker Headquarters. A lot of references to Konami stuff, especially. Oh, good film. I like that film. Welcome to Junker Headquarters. May I help you? So yeah, was the sound alright, guys, or should I turn it up slightly? You can help me, Mika. Turn it up slightly. Alright. I'll turn it up to there. See if that's better. But yeah, no worries, Reese. Good to see you, dude. Have a good sleep, or whatever you do now. Let's look at the operator. She's a beautiful Oriental woman. It's just a junker recruiting ad. It's one of those pod-type reception units where the operator sits in a shielded capsule. This is some pretty heavy-duty stuff they've got here. This place might be more dangerous than I thought. Looks like a security camera. I will be going through like as much of the flavor text as I possibly can in this because there's some interesting stuff mixed in. Looks like it leads into the inside of the headquarters. Seems to be Junker headquarters lobby. Their security looks really tight. Does it? There's only like one person here. It's no use. She's protected by a shield. Looks like a government ad. They must be really short on people. I'm sorry, may I have your name, please? In a minute. Shield is heat-proof and shock-proof. It's specially designed to withstand an attack by Snatchers. Looks like they're monitoring the offices. It's locked. It looks like the only switch for it is in the operator's pod. There's nobody around but the operator. Yeah, heavy security. I'm afraid only Junker personnel are allowed inside the headquarters. Right, now we can talk. Oh well, let's try talking to that young woman over there.
I'm Gillian Seed. I've been assigned to Junker headquarters effective today.
Oh, you're Mr. Seed. Please forgive me. My name is Mika Slayton. I'm the administrative assistant and operator here at Junker headquarters. Very pleased to meet you.
Look at Mika. You're really very pretty. Thank you. The official Junker name and trademark appears on it. Front pods. Yeah. I know it seems a bit much, but it's supposed to protect from Snatchers. What? Snatchers even attack up here? Yes. It's happened several times before. They're not stupid, you know. Maybe I should try waving hi? The chief always monitors the feed from that camera. Like, see what I mean? There's absolutely tons of flavor text in this. Looks like an entrance to a vault. Well, how do you like it? I bet you'd like to see the office, right? Oh wow, it's too bad I can't get in there. She's truly gorgeous. Is Gillian gonna be a bit rapey in this? I don't remember. Japanese undercover neurokinetic elimination ranger. Junker. Not even a tank could break through this. If I wander around too much, I'll make a bad first impression. I must look really uptight. Maybe I'd better stop wandering around. Right, let's talk. I've been assigned to Junker operations effective today. You just told me that, Gillian. About Junkers. Could you tell me a little bit about Junker operations? The Junkers are a special task force put together to combat the Bioroid Snatcher menace. It's overseen by government intelligence agencies. This is my first time in town. Oh, you'll get used to it right away. Everybody's pretty welcome. There are many different ethnic groups and types of people here. It's Japan, but it's not Japan, if you know what I mean. Tell me a little bit about yourself. About me? Isn't that a bit forward, Mr. Seed? Let me tell you about myself first. Maybe then you'll tell me. I can tell you're very smooth with the ladies. Can we enter now?
Mr. Seed?
Gillian's fine. You can call me Gillian, Mika.
Okay, Gillian. I'll open the main door and show you around headquarters.
Where shall I show you first? Let's have a look at the Chief's office.
Chief Cunningham, Gillian Seed is here. I brought him in as you requested.
Thanks for coming, Seed. I'm Benson Cunningham, the Chief of Junker Operations.
Gillian Seed. I've been transferred here from the 17th Special Forces Division.
I've heard all about your special training in the military, Seed. I hope you'll put it to good use on your new assignment here. By the way, I understand you're suffering from amnesia. Any sign yet that your memory's coming back?
I'm afraid not. I still can't remember a thing from before the Army picked me up 3 years ago.
You're married, aren't you?
Yes, but we're separated now. She has amnesia as well, and without any memories between the two of us, I'm afraid there was very little to base a good relationship on.
I can see your point there.
It's got that typical Chief voice. Yeah, I guess. It's not the whole you get the like gruff Chief usually. Like in police sort of dramas and stuff, you usually get like a gruff policeman, don't you? Or really grumpy. Let's see. So he's the Chief of Junker Operations, eh? Just as I imagined him. Did you say something? Information from all over the world is continuously pouring in. It's a nice night view of Neo Kobe. Too bad there are snatchers lurking out there somewhere. Neo Kobe at night. Great view, don't you think? A picture of a vase, eh? What a funny design. And then a sofa. Looks like a pretty comfortable sofa. No worries, Alvin. Thanks, man. I'll speak to you soon. Seed, I'm no Snatcher. That's what a Snatcher would say. It's an ultra-high resolution display panel capable of playing back holograms as well. Oh, playing back holograms as well. Oh, hang on. It's a general purpose monitor using both liquid crystal display LCD and plasma display PDD technology. Wait, do you get multiple things for the same thing then? Oh no, that was it was the picture frame, wasn't it? Oh, maybe not. So this is his taste in art, huh? Don't touch that picture, it's very special to me. Wait, can you actually get multiple things from... Oh, you can. Stop it, Seed, that picture's precious to me. Don't touch it. Is it really valuable? There are some things that money can't buy. Now that you mention it, when did you hang that picture there? I always thought this office needed a little livening up. I never knew you were interested in art. Well, you know. Right, so wait, do you want to check everything twice then? Don't you trust anybody? I'm the Chief, Seed. Well, I suppose that's what being a junker is all about. Yeah, can we look at things twice? What are you staring at, Seed? Why don't you calm down? Is there something hanging from my nose? Yeah, it looks like... I guess when it comes to actually talking to people, we want to check like things multiple times. It's an air cushion type sofa. It's the latest in robot sofas employing chaos system technology. The fuck does that mean? Right, okay. Let's ask about Junkers. Junker headquarters was set up a year ago by the police as a special task force to combat the Snatcher problem. Junker operations were officially started in August of this year. We answered directly to the government's intelligence agencies. This poster is really pretty tacky. Oh, really? That's my design, by the way. Chief, your taste is right out of the dark ages. Can we ask him about the same thing twice? Do you want me to tell you again? About another. Do you want to know anything more? Look it up using Jordan. A junker operates with certain rules and privileges different from regular police officers. Those are: 1. The purpose of the junker force is to eliminate bioroid snatchers. 2. A junker, even in the course of carrying out one, must not harm innocent civilians. 3. A subject may not be physically investigated or restrained unless irrefutable evidence exists that indicates the subject is indeed a snatcher. 4. A junker is required to assist and support civilian bounty hunters. 5. In order to carry out one, a junker is allowed the use of a blaster and a navigator and a turbo cycle. Those are the 5 rules. Okay. Junker's duties. A junker's job is to figure out who the snatchers are and to eliminate them. I want you to put your special training in the military to good use and investigate those points about snatchers that we don't yet understand. We've got to put a stop to them. Junker staff. The junker's job is highly specialised and extremely dangerous. That's why there are so few of us. I'm the chief, Harry's the engineer, and there's Mika. Gibson and you are our runners. It's just the 5 of us. Runners like Blade Runners. Yes, 3 years ago the Snatchers suddenly appeared here in Neo Kobe. We have no idea where they come from or what they want. Sorry. We do know that they kill, copy the appearances of their victims, and take their place in society, and that their numbers are increasing.
That should be enough to make your duties as a junker quite clear. This is your junker ID card. It will identify you as a junker. Carrying it allows you to exercise your special authority.
I see. Sort of like a police officer's badge, huh?
And here's some money. It's not much, but you'll need it to carry out your investigation.
Cash?
Credit cards aren't accepted in some regions of the city. You'll need this sooner or later.
Sounds like it's a rough place out there.
Go see Harry, the engineer. He's got your equipment ready for you.
Gotta ask him about navigators first. It's a robot designed to assist junkers by performing all types of analysis. It's got a pretty good sensor setup too. And then Jordan. That's the nickname for the artificial intelligence-based computer set up just down the hall. It manages all the information and systems here in headquarters. Possessions? Right, so we've got a junker ID. This card gives me all the special rights of a junker. I'll be carrying this as my ID from here on out. See, that card is very important. Take great care not to lose it. This is the cash they gave me for expenses. Having to carry cash around is so inconvenient. It's funny actually, like cash is, like even now, cash is becoming irrelevant, I think, isn't it? Hey Mo, yeah, we just started actually. You haven't missed much if you're interested in watching. Good to see you. It's an ID card with a special IC chip built in. All of my personal data is recorded on this card. Yeah, all you've missed is Snatchers are essentially replicants, so they kill a person, steal their identity and blend into society. We are a junker, so we're looking for the Snatchers, and our main character has amnesia for the last 3 years. Investigate the cash. It's cold, hard cash. It should be plenty to get the job done with. And then show our ID card. That's proof that you're a junker. Take good care of it. Show him the money. Here's some funds for expenses. Don't waste them. Okay. Let's exit. It's essentially Blade Runner mixed with Terminator and Bubblegum Crisis, but mostly Blade Runner. Let's go to the engineering room. This is engineering. All the junkers, that is the runner's equipment, is made here. Doesn't look like Harry's around at the moment. Let's look at Mika's face. You are truly beautiful, Mika. Thanks, Gillian. I'll take that at face value. There are tools and machines all over the place. It's a regular factory in here. This room always looks like this. I don't know how he finds anything. Ask about Harry. Harry Benson is our engineer. He's a bit of a lush, but he's a friendly and sweet old guy. About the navigators. Every junker's investigator gets an analysis robot. Quite a combination, eh? We call the robots navigators. Oh, Mo, another important thing to know about this is that Hideo Kojima is involved. There'll be certain things that you'll be like, oh, okay, makes sense now. About Gibson. His wife was killed by a Snatcher 2 years ago. After that, he quit his detective job and became a junker. Since then, he's been living with his daughter, Katrina. Actually, we don't look at that. Can we show our... Let's show our junker ID to Mika. It's probably not a good idea to show that to people too much. Let's show her the money. A lot of places around here won't take plastic. Cash is king in Neo Kobe. Right, well... Looks like Harry's not here for the moment. So let's go to the detective's room. This is the detective's room. It's the office for our runners. That's what we call junker investigators like you. You'll be using that desk in the back. What about this desk near the door here? That's Gene's desk. Gene Jack Gibson. He's our ace runner. I mean, you've only got 2 runners, so... Is he the ace runner by default? Mika. Yes? What do you want? I can sense that you and I are destined to fall in love. It might sound crazy, but... Gillian, you're married, aren't you? Can we keep doing that? I wonder if you really can make it as a junker. This Gillian's a little weird. Alright. A lot of information flows into the monitor. All the information available to our runners is output from Jordan. This is an antique desk. Gene's really into antiques. File desk. Looks like a nice desk, but I probably won't be using it much. Area. This place is really different from other detectives' offices. Alright, let's ask about let's ask about Gibson. He's apparently out on an investigation at the moment. I'll introduce you as soon as he gets back. Katrina? She's Gene's only child. She turned 18 this year. Okay. Computer room. This is Junker Headquarters computer room. It's linked to databases throughout the country so you can find almost any information you might need. Oh god, just going to keep looking at Mika. I want to... Oh, okay. She's had enough now of being looked at. Antiques in the computer room, eh? I haven't seen a keyboard in some time. A number of input and output devices are linked to the host computer. Okay, about the computer. This is our host computer, a model RM1013. We call it Jordan. That's for Junker Online Regional Data Access Network. It employs full-scale artificial intelligence-based processors. Jordan is fully programmed with all human learning routines and uses an intelligent interface to perform automatic translation, problem solving, you name it. It employs expert-class artificial intelligence routines developed for fieldwork robots. It's the best there is. That was more description than I thought I was going to get. How to use. First, put your Junker card in this slot. Once it's confirmed you as a user, you just follow the instructions that Jordan flashes on the screen. Let's use Jordan. Go ahead, sit down here. Once you're registered on the system, the rest is easy. I am Jordan, Junker Headquarters host AI computer system. Please insert your ID card. What? Has this thing got a personality? Okay, Junker card going in. User confirmed as Gillian Seed. Welcome to Jordan. What sort of information do you need? Well, at least it let me in. Load ID file. Jordan ID file. Use the cursor to input the name of the person you are searching for. Input first name, then last name without a space. For example, input John Konami as John Konami. Or you can search with just the first name, for example, John. Enter name? Oh! Shall we look for John Konami first? See what that comes up with. Seeing as they use that as an example. Ah, no matching names on file. Okay. What about Tom? Does Tom come up with anything? I wonder if there must be some like Easter eggs here. No. What about Hideo? I know it's Hideo, isn't it? Sorry. Please search for file under last name. Oh, can we look for Kojima then? If anyone's free, do you mind having a look at like IDs we can enter into Jordan's database? Hideo Kojima, birthday 24th of the 8th, 1963. Zodiac sign Virgo, blood type AA. Personality 3rd generation family man. Nickname Ojama. Favorite game Zabika. Message: Snatcher has crossed the sea. I hope you all enjoy it a lot. I like it. In the meantime, let's have a look for fact files. Jordan fact file. Please select the category you wish to search. History. The wow, this is okay. We're going to get a lot of backstory here. Let's see. The catastrophe. On June 6th, 1996, a mysterious explosion destroyed the Chernobyl research facility near Moscow. The explosion released a biological weapon called Lucifer Alpha, which has been under development by the old Soviet regime, into the atmosphere, creating the greatest biohazard in history. Within 1 week, the bacteria spread throughout Eastern Europe and Eurasia, killing 80% of the population there. 6 months later, Lucifer Alpha suddenly mutated into a non-lethal form. Northern Eurasia, now an unpopulated wasteland, was designated and remains a United Nations neutral zone to prevent unauthorized exploitation. Since the disaster, which has become known simply as the catastrophe, hundreds of research papers have been published purporting to reveal its causes, but the real reason behind it remains unknown. Concerning Junkers. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of information here. The organisation, official name. Full organisational name, Japanese Undercover Neurokinetic Elimination Rangers. They really have got, like, good names for these, don't they? Junker chronology. Junker agency history. April 2047, National Police Agency forms special team to deal with Snatcher problem. May 2047. Government intelligence agencies establish investigative science team to research Snatcher activities and devise solutions. August 2047, police and government organisations are formally combined into new agency called Junker. New group is organisationally overseen by the government intelligence agencies. Organisation? Junker agency organisation. Staff classifications. Chief or head. Engineer, operator, runner, investigator, and navigator, support robot. Related group, junk team. Engineer is responsible for development and maintenance of all junker support equipment. Operator is responsible for management of data transmitted from the field by navigators as well as day-to-day operations of HQ facilities. Chief is in charge of judgment of overall situation and assignment of duties to runners. Runners are responsible for carrying out actual investigations of Snatcher activities with the assistance of navigator robots. This post is exceptionally dangerous. Junk team is responsible for cleanup and data gathering at sites where runners have dispatched Snatchers. Okay, staff. Junk staff as of December 2047. Benson Cunningham, Chief. Jean Jack Gibson, Runner. Harry Benson, Engineer. Mika Slayton, Operator. Gillian Seed, Runner, newly assigned. Lewis Gilmore, Runner, killed in action. Sergio Grazio, killed in action. David Johnson, retired. Schultz Descar, killed in action. Okay, more stuff about Junkers. HQ facilities. Junker headquarters layout. Front hallway, agency chief's office, engineering room, shooting range, Junker's eye practice system. Detectives room, computer room, AI computer Jordan, turbo cycle parking lot. HQ data. Junker offices, address, Konami, blah 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 blah. 65 floors above ground, 35 below. Height 630 meters. That's a big ass building. Got the video phone number. Junker bylaws. Oh, okay, yeah, we read through those. Won't go through those again. Scanning permit. Scanning warrant. In accordance with Civil Code 18, Section 12, Snatchers and the protection of citizens' rights. Civilians have the right to deny junkers permission to directly analyse, scan, their physical person. Direct scanning of a suspect is permitted only by issuance of a scanning warrant by the appropriate court. As such, use of navigator sensors or other instruments to scan a suspect is strictly prohibited unless the attending runner, is in possession of such a warrant. Okay, so there's a lot of paperwork to go through then. Runner's equipment. Items. Junker cards. Personal identification card designed exclusively for junkers containing an integrated IC chip upon which is stored crucial personal information about the holder, such as their DNA pattern. Junker coat. Heavy-duty trench coat designed for runners, constructed with alamid fibre fabrics and Flexion armour components. The use of two forms of alamid fibres, heat-resisting forms capable of withstanding 800 Celsius, and penetration-resistant forms capable of supporting 50 kilograms over a 0.1mm area, make the coat's extreme durability possible. Flexion armour installed around vital organ areas helps protect the wearer against physical blows or external pressure. Use of these materials makes manufacture to exact specification of wearer necessary. That sounds like a fucking expensive coat. Oh, we got Junker belt. Is it like Batman's utility belt? Constructed with shape-retaining polymers, ceramics and flexible plastics, the buckle contains a high-voltage shock generator to stun adversaries in emergency situations. It is though, isn't it? Kind of. Artificial skin spray. Developed with protein engineering biochemical technologies, this spray, when applied to exposed skin, provides high levels of protection, including resistance to heat and physical blows. While oxygen transfer can take place, sweat and other waste matter cannot be expelled, limiting continuous usage of the spray to 24 hours. You can tell it's a Kojima game, can't you? Because he's gone like so in depth with like the backstory of this shit. Junker's blood. Runners have adopted the following two blood transfusion techniques for lowering the risk of death due to injuries suffered in the line of duty. 1. Artificial blood exchange. Artificial blood is supplied to an injured runner while their natural blood is withdrawn and then duplicated through biogenetic culturing techniques. When sufficient quantities of their natural blood are available, the two blood types are swapped once again. While artificial blood can be produced in unlimited quantities, making it useful in cases of massive blood loss, its ion structure places strain on the recipient's organs, making prolonged use inadvisable. 2. Self-donation, personal blood bank. Runners collect their own blood through regular donation. This blood is mixed with a nutrient solution, concentrated and stored at -42 Celsius. In an emergency, the blood is flash thawed and returned to its owner. Actually, I love this kind of shit. This kind of backstory stuff. Because I could just totally ignore this stuff. And some of you are probably thinking, I fucking wish he would. But I don't care. I want to read it. Junker's Rush. A type of chewing gum supplied to junkers with adrenaline crystals incorporated into the gum base. Its use in World War III as an emergency adrenaline supplier gained widespread attention. Use of the gum allows a junker in an emergency situation to temporarily boost their reflexes, accuracy, and strength. Extended continuous use creates extreme depression and fatigue. Its effects are similar to the burst of superhuman power occasionally observed in persons caught in extreme circumstances, such as fires and other accidents. I'm going to have a blast playing Metal Gear Solid 3 then. Why, has that got a lot of flavour text as well? Navigator. Personal support robot designed to assist a junker with their investigation. Navigators are programmed with the needs of their actual users in mind. For example, runners who suffer from tension relatively easily are given navigators programmed to help calm them down, etc. Navigators are equipped with a variety of sensors to aid in the detection of possible danger. In addition, these sensors can be used to perform direct physical scanning of suspected snatchers if a scanning warrant has been issued. Navigators are programmed to ignore orders to scan suspects if a warrant has not been granted. Turbocycle. A land-air vehicle used by junkers. 3 wheels are available for ground travel. Wheels are retracted during jet-powered hover or full flight mode. Vehicle's onboard computer is linked to city's traffic network, permitting completely automatic operation. Manual operation also available. Onboard computer assists driver during the manual operation depending on their flight driving abilities. Automatic computer takeover feature installed to help prevent accidents in emergency situations. And then we've got a blaster. The only firearm capable of eliminating snatchers, carbon polymer ceramic construction offers very lightweight and almost complete resistance to heat, resulting in near perfect shape retention. Grip and trigger shape are ergonomically designed from cast of user's hand to maximise comfort and accuracy. Neural feedback circuitry adjusts weapon to user's capabilities, allowing nearly unlimited improvement in marksmanship skills. So it's good then. What else we got? Scanning permit, runner's equipment. I think we're good for that now. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I thought B was going backwards. Concerning snatchers, Insector. Insectors, spider-shaped probe security robots used by snatchers. Thread-like sensor apparatus deployed from rear of robot triggers needle gun attacks if touched or approached. Microjet powered, known to jump. Length 30 centimeters, weight 500 grams. Specimens recovered from study by junk team invariably self-destruct, preventing further analysis. Distinguishing features. Characteristics. 1. Snatchers operate almost exclusively at night and during the winter months. 2. Snatchers only snatch VIPs. Uh-oh, Marcelo, you're in trouble, dude. Their ultimate goal appears not to be the snatch itself, but some secondary effect of it. 3. Snatchers' targets are restricted by their physical size. While they can adjust the size of their major body areas, these adjustments are limited. As such, their victims are exclusively persons of 150 to 180 centimeters in height. This makes snatching of children, the elderly, etc. impossible. 4. Snatcher weapons. A mouth-firing laser cannon. 5. Weak point. Thin, slip portions of their skull armour which make head size adjustments possible. Okay. chronology, sorry. So, December 22nd, 2044, first contact. A Bioroid's remains are recovered from the wreckage of SRS Flight 4003, which crashed in the Rocco mountain range. February 18th, 2045. A Snatcher which had killed and replaced, snatched, the mayor of Neo Kobe, B. O'Connor, is captured but self-destructs during transport. In December, Neo Kobe is thrown into a panic over the problem. The witch hunts take place as people try to uncover and destroy imagined snatchers. November 3rd, 2047. Well-known KBC newscaster is revealed to be a snatcher and terminated. Remains self-destruct, preventing further analysis. November 15th, 2047. The leader of a prominent revolutionary religious group is determined to be a snatcher. During pursuit, the snatcher's car crashes, destroying it in the resulting fire. November 20th, 2047. The former president of a biotechnology firm is uncovered as a snatcher and terminated. During transport, the remains are stolen. Okay. Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter program. In order to elicit civilian support in the effort to combat snatchers, the government instituted the following reward program. All eligible voters of Neo Kobe were given the right to register as bounty hunters. Registration involves a few simple tests and procedures: firearm license, psychological profile, junker test, etc. Actual rewards for snatcher termination depend on individual circumstances. The government also provides numerous insurance benefits for those injured or killed while attempting to terminate a snatcher. Right, I think that's it about that. Yeah. How much more have we got? We're nearly there. Neo Kobe. Maybe not. Neo Kobe data. Neo Kobe city statistics. Total population 5.83 million. Ethnic groups 30% Japanese, 24% Chinese, 10% American, 5% West European, 11% Eastern European, 5% Hispanic, 5% Jewish, 3% Philippine, 7% others. Unregistered population 1.2 million estimated. Total area undetermined. Neo Kobe history. Development of the city. Construction to link major man-made islands of the inland sea begins near the end of the 20th century. Plans to link the 5 major blocks into one large metropolis, Neo Kobe, is promoted in early 21st century. Plan is completed 10 years later in conjunction with Kobe Expo. City launched as a major new hub for Asia and experiences heavy immigration. By 2045, city becomes known as Neo Crowbar due to its infamy as the city with the world's highest crime rate. Damn. Kobe Bridge. Kobe Bridge. Complete quarantine of Neo Kobe is launched on December 1st, 2047 as a method of preventing the spread of the Snatcher menace. All land, sea and air links to the city except for Kobe Bridge are cut and patrolled by the military. Passage over Kobe Bridge requires a government-issued pass and numerous thorough checks. Alpha 1. The mother computer system which unifies and oversees administration of Neo Kobe, developed via sophisticated networking of hundreds of separate systems in the city. A high-speed neurocomputer capable of mimicking human thought and reasoning patterns, maintains extensive files on all individuals, corporations and groups within the city, also manages the day-to-day operation of the city's financial distribution and transport systems. Alpha 1 program maintenance is coordinated by Konami Software's Project Development Division, subgroup number 48. Snow 9. A crystalline form of pollen created using genetic manipulation techniques. Developed for military use, it disrupts nearly all radio transmissions. It is poisonous to humans. In large quantities, it can cause symptoms similar to respiratory arrest, while even small quantities cause allergy-like symptoms such as sneezing and runny noses. Larger than ordinary pollen, the crystals are visible to the naked eye and appear similar to snow, hence the name. Pollen creates environmental problems as well, and vegetation producing it was destroyed in large quantities after the war to avoid them. Nevertheless, it is re-emerging in tropical regions as well as those subtropical regions where water supplies are plentiful, such as near rivers. At present, the only known area affected in Neo Kobe is in the vicinity of the Inner River, As the pollen appeared in Neo Kobe only after the first presence of Snatchers was confirmed, the relationship between the two is currently under careful investigation. Now, we're getting a lot of lore here. I hope you're all taking this in. STBO. A mysterious disease which originated in France around 2035. First patient Neo Kobe was recorded in the summer of 2040. At present, between 50,000 and 100,000 residents of Neo Kobe are believed infected. STBO victims develop fever, joint and muscle pain, diarrhea, lymph node inflammation, tremors and pneumonia, with over 60% dying from the disease. Transmission is via bodily fluids such as blood, saliva and semen, and generally spread by sexual contact or hypodermic needles, practically when unsterilized ones are used for the injection of illegal drugs. Similarities to the disease AIDS, which emerged some 55 years ago, led researchers to believe at one time that STBO was a mutated form of the AIDS virus, but the two have since been shown to be unrelated. There is still no treatment or cure. Public discomfort about the disease and concerns about whether others close to them are carriers has noticeably increased the level of suspicion in the general population and significantly harmed interpersonal communication. In many ways, this trend has made detection of Snatchers more difficult. Wow! I've totally forgotten about all of this stuff. I love this kind of like world building though. Let's see, Liquid Sky. A recently developed new type of hallucinogen derived from alkaloids. Usage is via injection either under the skin or directly into a vein. The drug directly stimulates the user's nervous and limbic system, creating a strong sense of excitement as well as hallucinations. Additional effects include lowering the user's sensitivity to feelings of worry, doubt or fear. The drug soared in popularity among young people during the late 2040s. Regular use causes changes in brain tissue synapses, which can result in impaired nervous function if use is prolonged. Okay, we got black market. The underground market in Neo Kobe, vast numbers of products, both legal and illegal, are available at cut-rate prices. Chinese immigrants with excellent business and marketing skills contributed greatly to the market's growth during its early years. Some experts believe its size now exceeds that of the regular marketplace. The market has mainly served to meet the needs of immigrants from the mainlands and illegal aliens, but the wide variety of merchandise and low prices now attract many regular customers from the general population, severely hurting the business of traditional merchants. The largest organisation in Neo Kobe in the market is the so-called Plato's Cavern area. Okay, that's all the Neo Kobe stuff, I think. Yeah. We're getting there, guys. Transportation, tube liner. A linear motor train utilising superconducting magnets for propulsion. The system was the backbone of transport in Neo Kobe for 30 years after the war. It was scrapped due to the spread of slums in the south and the introduction of automatic traffic control via central computer. The original plan was for the trains to travel in near vacuum tunnels to reduce air resistance to almost zero, but high costs and the weak foundations of the reclaimed land in the city prevented realisation. The abandoned tunnels of the system still exist. Demolition efforts have been hampered by property owners' disputes, ownership disputes, and the weak foundations. Isn't that's a real thing, isn't it? Like, maybe not the vacuum part of it, but they've got a train running on magnets, haven't they? That goes like insanely quick, and I think that's also quite expensive. Automatic traffic system. A system which maintains the entire transportation network of Neo Kobe, including land, air and water routes, via direct computer control of traffic flow by the Alpha 1 mother computer system. In particular, the system's ASV, Automatic Safe Vehicle Routines, work to prevent traffic accidents and congestion. They have boosted the efficiency of ground transport, in particular to levels not dreamed of in the 20th century. The system has eliminated the need for public transportation. And then black taxis. A term referring to illegal manned taxis. The word taxi usually refers to government-operated, computer-controlled unmanned vehicles. However, such taxis requiring personal identification to board only operate in areas designed as municipal data administration districts. They generate records of where customers board and get out, thus making their use impossible or impractical for many immigrants and illegal aliens. On the other hand, black taxis require no identification and will go anywhere, making them extremely popular. As such, government officials have decided that the black taxis, though illegal, have formed such a sophisticated organisation throughout the city that they cannot be ignored any longer, and plans are being studied which would legalise their operation. It's like taxis in London, I guess. Like they're traditionally black taxis. Not illegal though. Culture science. Oh my fucking god. Okay. We'll get there. I want to do this now so we don't have to do it later. Space development. Plans were made in the late 20th century to develop space resources for the betterment of mankind, but global warming, the catastrophe, and other factors which harm the environment speeded this trend significantly. The construction of the US space station, Freedom, of course, as well as the development of successful fusion-based propulsion, represented enormous steps forward in this effort. At present, a helium-3 mine to provide fuel for fusion rockets is under development on the Moon. In addition, the new Promised Land project to create permanent colonies on Mars is in advanced stages. Mars research chronology. August 1988, the Phobos project. It's Phobos, isn't it? Phobos? I think it's Phobos. Phobos 1 and 2, launched by the former Soviet Union, explore Mars and its 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. They're the moons from Doom, I think, aren't they? October 1989, Mars Observer, launched by the US, studies the planet's atmosphere and soil. April 1997, Pesta Project, unmanned probe retrieves data on Mars, asteroids and comets. Project initiated by Eastern European nations, but the catastrophe forces transferred the project to the US. December 2005, construction begins on Wells Project, an unmanned robot production facility on Mars. June 2010, first satellite put into permanent Mars orbit. July 2015, construction begins on experimental manned base Le Guin. November 2022, construction begins on Mars spaceport. Moorcock. Are you fucking kidding me? Mars spaceport is called Moorcock. Come on! June 2025, completion of early manned base Herbert. December 2030, first full-scale Mars base Vonnegut begins operation. June 2035, operations begin at Asimov, the first mine on Mars. Right. Mars Greening Project. Project to turn the barren planet into a lush green world like Earth. Initially, large reflecting mirrors will be placed in orbit to reflect heat radiation back down to the planet. Simultaneously, greenhouse gases will be released into the Martian atmosphere. By warming the planet, conditions which allow yeast and other bacteria to flourish are established. Following this, the oxygen given off by these bacteria will be employed to make conditions favourable for higher forms of life. The vast underground deposits of frozen water, the existence of which was discovered by earlier bases on the planet, have moved this project from the realm of fantasy into likely reality. At present, terms like "turn the red planet green" and "Mars, the new promised land" represent the energy that those involved are putting into the project. Phase 1 of the project, the installation of reflecting mirrors around the planet, is currently scheduled for 2049. The rocket carrying the first immigration investigative team to Mars, the Beagle Jerusalem, was launched just last week. It sounds like Kojima probably watched Total Recall, by the sounds of things. Biocommunication. Communication without language by mechanically detecting and encoding the organic responses of chemical and other products given off by living organisms. The technique is hoped to provide a way for humans to communicate with other species someday, but logistical obstacles have limited it to scientists' one-way observations at this point. PPET scans of the brains of vertebrates using these techniques have led science to a nearly full understanding of the structure of these animals' consciousness. Okay, Dreamrecorder, a device for recording human dreams. Pickup of brainwaves allows for playback which recreates distinct sights, sounds and physical sensations. However, regulations prohibit playback by other than a licensed counsellor or psychologist. Recordings not legally admissible as evidence in a court of law. I feel like a dream recorder would be actually terrifying. Like, my dreams are fucking mental. I don't know if I'd want to watch them. Okay, right, so that's all of that done. Culture sports. Biozoos. A museum of living genes featuring live animals, endangered or extinct species only, recreated through genetic manipulation, created by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, in order to recreate and culture extinct mammal and bird species. Besides caring for living animals, the museum operates a library of frozen genetic samples. Successful birth of a unicorn in 47 natural delivery drew widespread attention. The baby unicorn has also been adopted as Neo Kobe's mascot. Alright. Robo musical. Musical performed by humanoid robots, as each robot's expressions and movements are sampled from actual actors. There's virtually no difference between their performances and that of live actors. The popularity of this art form no doubt lies in the technology's ability to change the performers with a simple software modification, including the ability to inject long-dead classical actors into modern roles. The big hit of 47 has so far been the Phantom of the Opera. A purse pet. A purse pet is actually a real thing though, isn't it? Like when people get like those little dogs and put them in like a tiny little purse. It kind of annoys me. That kind of shit. Okay, the marsupials. Genetically engineered marsupials which function as pets or handbags. Wait, they function as a handbag. Their added value of being able to carry around personal belongings led to a huge boom in these animals in the early 2040s. Originally designed for a television commercial, their subsequent widespread media exposure touched off huge sales. Several firms became involved in a copyright dispute over the animal's design, but their popularity waned when the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals complained of the slave-like treatment many owners gave their living luggage. Wow, that's fucked up. Neo Kobe pizza. A popular food item said to have been born by accident when a Japanese student accidentally dropped his pizza in someone's soup. The floating shape apparently reminded him of the island of Neo Kobe in the sea, hence the name. Scores of different variants are available by combining different toppings and soups. Neo Kobe pizza is beginning to gain popularity internationally as well. Wait, so is it pizza and soup mixed together? I don't feel like that would work, honestly. Depends. I suppose if it was like a thick soup, maybe you could dip it. Retinal fortune telling. A high-tech form of divination which purports to read a person's future from the pattern of blood vessels on the retina of the eye. Like fingerprints and voice prints, this art gains its popularity from the fact that all individuals' patterns are unique. Air surfing, sport which is enjoying tremendous recent popularity among young people. When conventional surfing became impossible due to the heavy contamination of the sea around the city, a local university's air sciences department developed the new board and wave generator. With just moderate protective gear, a board and the airwave generator, anyone can enjoy the sport. Popularity has been centred among young people of the slum districts. As wind and weather have no effect on use, competitions and tournaments have been held year-round in cities throughout the country. And then dragon horses. A sport involving the use of a winged horse developed through bioengineering, originally popular among the British upper class. Participants compete for the longest time and distance flown. Developed from ponies, these dragon horses are only capable of 50 metres or so of continuous flight. The first official competition took place in Neo Kobe in 2045. The winner, an entrant invited from overseas, a Rhaetian Highlander breed, managed a 30-second flight covering 80 metres. Okay. I think that's it for culture science. Yep. Politics. The best thing to talk about on stream. City isolation policy. Neo Kobe quarantine. The government, fearing mainland Snatcher infiltration from Neo Kobe, designated the city a contaminated zone and ordered the closure of all land, sea and air links, excluding the Kobe Bridge. The policy was enacted on December 1st, 2047. While the policy appears to have so far prevented any spread of the problem to the mainland, it has exacerbated the isolation of the city itself, without contributing to the comprehensive solution to the Snatcher menace. North-South problem. Since the 2025 declaration of Neo Kobe as an immigrant's paradise, various numbers of foreigners from countries throughout Southeast Asia have moved to the city. Nevertheless, this has increased the asset distribution gap between rich and poor and contributed to the social and ethnic splintering of the populace. The problem is best illustrated by the concentration of relatively wealthy long-time residents in the city's northern zones versus the relatively poor, mainly immigrant population centred in the city's newly acclaimed southern regions. The trend was spurred by the catastrophe, which created vast waves of new immigrants who developed this underground society, effectively splitting the city into two distinct groups or cultures, that of the north and the south. Do you reckon that's talking about, that might be referencing Korea, perhaps? Except it's the other way round? Free men. Individuals who have managed to erase all record of their own existence from public and private databases and live without fixed residences, also known as free men. Not to be confused with homeless, who have been forced into their condition by economic misfortune. In modern information-controlled society, the lack of computer records on any given individual is tantamount to that individual's non-existence. The recent increases in their numbers has begun to contribute to crime and labour difficulties in the city. Many of the individuals who choose this lifestyle are former workers in computer-related and data management industries. Their presence underscores one of the major shortcomings of society's current dependence on centralised data control and management. Most of these individuals live in regions of the city which are not municipal data administration districts or in the old tunnels of the abandoned tube liner system. This game seems like fairly like some of it seems quite accurate to current like problems, isn't it? Like too much information on everyone. Immigrant problem? Uh-oh. We're gonna get Trump in here. The catastrophe created vast quantities of Eurasian refugees who spread throughout the world, creating a massive global immigrant problem. Chinese formed the largest subgroup, and over 2 million have found their way to Japan in at least 5 waves. Neo Kobe, touting its status as an immigrant's paradise at the time, was logical government choice as the area for them to resettle. As a result, the Chinese percentage of the population grew to become second only to Japanese, but the majority of these individuals have ended up living in the slum districts of the city's southern regions. Dissatisfied with these conditions and the perceived lack of any government effort to rectify them, they have formed their own underground society, which is now far too large of an organisation for the legitimate government to control. I honestly don't remember much of Metal Gear Solid 2. Marcelo, no. Only specifics, like certain bits in it. There's certain I remember bits of the ending and bits of like the tanker, but not much of the like the sort of nuances of the story. Right, finally, the outer districts. Neo Kobe can be divided into 2 distinct areas: those regions where satellite and fibre optic cable networks are used to manage all forms of data, the so-called municipal data administration districts, and the mainly slum regions which are not under such control and oversight. Individuals who cannot get personal guarantees or identification invariably concentrate in the latter regions, as the lack of such ID prevents social functioning in the controlled regions of the city. No forms of cards or credit are accepted in these areas. Cash is the only currency. While government proposals to remedy the situation have been discussed for a number of years, debate over implementation methods, civil rights and the like have prevented any actual progress from being made. Approximately 30% of the city's total area is officially recognised as falling outside of the municipal data administration districts, and at least another 10% is believed to be similarly beyond government control, though not yet designated as such. There you go. you've got your facts of the world. I feel like that's pretty good world building. I mean, it would be nice if it was in the form of like cutscenes and stuff, but I don't feel like it would make much sense for a lot of this to be sort of done this way. I'm sure they'll probably go over some of it anyway in the actual game. Thank you for using Jordan. I look forward to our next session together. I'll have to look up some of those ID files we can put into it. I mean, I'll play Metal Gear Solid 3 at some point, Marcelo. I honestly don't know when it'll be. I've not got a clue. Let's go to the shooting range. This is the shooting range. Junkers come here to improve their marksmanship. We're looking at Mika again. You're definitely laying it on too thick, don't you think? Okay, that was it. A number of man-shaped targets appear in the practice booth. We call it our shooting practice range, but it's a lot like a video game arcade, don't you think? How to practice. How do you start practice? Just follow the Junker's Eye practice system. Okay. Okay, that's it then, isn't it? Yeah. Gillian, you haven't got your blaster yet, have you? Let's hurry and go visit Harry. Okay, is he... I think I should get some practice in first. Yes, but... Come on, let me take a crack at it. Alright, if you must practice, I'll let you use my ray gun. But it doesn't have the power of a blaster. Is that okay? Yeah. Thanks, Mika. Okay, let's start shooting practice. You press the A button, you can draw your blaster. Press C to fire. You can put your blaster away by pressing the A button again. Are you ready? Remember, shoot only snatchers. Be careful you don't hit any civilians. The red gauge on the left shows the number of targets to appear. The yellow gauge on the right shows the number of hits. I'll start it on introductory level. Good luck! I don't know how difficult this gets later on. Probably very. Fantastic, a perfect score. You're quite a shot, aren't you, Gillian? Wow, a perfect score right off the bat. I bet you've done this before, haven't you? Maybe. No, ma'am. First time out. I can't stand liars, you know. It's due to all that practice I had in the military, Mika. Fantastic. No wasted shots either. Jean will be surprised. Come on, let's go see Harry. Okay, so I guess Harry's back then. Perfect score. I actually quite like that style of shooting. So it's fairly simple, as you can probably see. It's just the up, down, left and right, and then the diagonals, and then the centre. You could actually use a light gun for this, though, on the real game, I believe. I think I'd prefer to use the controller, honestly. It's kind of a visual novel, Marcelo. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the closest thing you could liken it to. But yeah, you could use the Justifier light gun, which was a Konami light gun used for, I think you got it with Lethal Enforcers, which was a fairly, well, I didn't think it was a very good light gun game, but I think it was probably okay at the time. Now all we need to do is find Harry. Right, he should be in the engineering room, right? Harry's got to be back by now. I don't know, he's quite the freewheeling type.
Oh good, Harry's back.
Great to meet you. You're Gillian Seed, right? Haven't we met somewhere before?
No, I don't believe so.
Really? Well, I guess I must be imagining things.
I think Harry and Gillian have the same voice actor, don't they? Somehow I get the same impression. Have I met this guy somewhere? What's wrong? Do I have something hanging from my nose? Can we just keep staring at him? I'm sure I've met this guy. I just can't recall. You got bad eyesight there, boy. Poster? A wall? There's a poster and a photograph on the wall. Isn't that Madonna on the wall? This looks like a poster from the late 20th century. What? You know who she is? You've got good taste for a youngster. Can we keep looking at it? You want to double check some of these things because they actually give you different different flavor text if you look at stuff more than once. Various charts, formulas, documents and pictures are stuck on the wall. Oh, hang on. Photo. It's the picture that was on the wall. It's a photograph of a small boy. That's a picture of me as a kid. It's my only memory of my childhood. Can we look at it again? Pretty cute, eh? Even I was good looking once. Okay, investigate Harry. Those are odd work clothes. Let me take a look at those. Hey, what are you doing? Stop it. We do it again to annoy him. That fellow's got no manners. People in my day would never do anything like that. This is very old. This kind of printing technology hasn't been used since the last century. Keep your hands off that, will ya? It's getting pretty fragile. This appears to have been cut out of a larger photo. Okay, can we show him our investigate? Yeah, can we show it to Harry? As long as you got that, then you're a first-class junker. What if we show him the cash? Show him the cash. That's your expense money, right? Why don't you put that away somewhere safe? All right, let's ask him about navigators.
I know. All right, allow me to introduce the Navigator, which I designed especially for you. Hey, Metal Gear, get out here.
Here we go.
Metal, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Pleased to meet you, Gillian. I am Metal Gear Mach 2. I am programmed to be your personal assistant.
Metal Gear? That's a pretty weird name.
Oh, he's cute.
Thank you.
I think he's turning red. I took his basic design and his name from the Metal Gear menace of the late 20th century. But quite unlike that Metal Gear, this one was designed for peaceful purposes.
How cool is that? So I think that's oh damn, I think my fans just died. Oh no, it's fine. I think that's the design of the Metal Gear from the NES Metal Gear, isn't it? Oh, Mark II's from Metal Gear Solid 4. I don't remember that. Might have to look that up later. About Metal Gear. Navigators are designed from the start as a junker's investigative assistant. On-site detection, analysis, recording, communications, you name it. They're packed with features. The Metal Gear here is the latest model. What about an attack system? Don't they carry any weapons? Afraid not. They're unarmed. After all, the main idea behind a navigator is to assist in an investigation's data management. But they do have a save function. Just choose the use Metal Gear command and then the save command. You can record the exact status of your investigation that way. In the same way, you can use the use light command to help you when it's too dark to see. I told you they were nice to have around, didn't I? How about communications? Does he have some kind of radio? Yep, there's a video phone installed. A video phone? That's right. Just select use Metal Gear and then use video phone to access it. In theory, you can use it anywhere, but you have to watch out for interference. Sometimes the signal just can't get through. I'm going to have to look at that, Marcelo. I kind of like vaguely remember a companion in Metal Gear Solid 4, but I don't remember it looking like this. Ask about Blaster.
Oh, that's right. Don't panic yourself. I got it right over here. This is your blaster, the official weapon of a junker. It's got full user feedback circuitry, adjusting itself to your reaction time. In other words, it's just as good as you are. What do you think? Here, see how she feels.
It's unbelievably light.
You bet it is. This ain't one of those ray guns the Army uses. She's put together with the latest carbon polymers and ceramics, not affected by heat one bit. And her ergonomic design optimizes both functionality and firepower. Well, what do you think, Gillian?
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Snatchers. You're an engineer. Tell me about how the Snatchers are built. It's odd, but we've never been able to get a specimen. They're always stolen or have self-destructed. They have any weaknesses? They're built really well, so it's tough to destroy them outright. Try to immobilize them. They've got these slits on their head for some reason. A well-placed shot there will often destroy their control functions. That's why it's important to practice your marksmanship.
I have a video phone call from Jean-Jacques Gibson coming in. Connecting.
Junker HQ, this is Gibson. I've cornered a probable male snatcher. I'm in the abandoned factory in the M district. Request immediate backup.
Gillian, that means you. You better head out right away. Jean needs your help.
We must hurry. We'll use a turbocycle to travel to the scene.
Be careful, Gillian.
Getting straight in there.
This is a turbocycle, specially designed for junker use. In addition to three-wheeled ground travel, it is capable of hovering and high-speed flight. The vehicle is also VTOL capable, so takeoffs and landings in narrow areas present no difficulty.
A flying tricycle, huh? I just came in one of these things.
We have been assigned this vehicle for use in our investigations.
Let's see if I can see that picture. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, you do. I do remember that actually now. Now that I've seen that. It's cool that they've used that design. Because is that design? Is it designed after the Metal Gear from the NES game? Do we know? Somebody snatched my mustache off. Yeah, they did, Sean. How are you, man? Let's see, turbo cycle body. It's brand new and it's just tuned up. It's a 47 Interceptor. It's built by the same company that builds the shuttle. Tyre. On the ground it runs on 3 wheels, but they're retracted during flight. This is the Junker HQ parking lot. Several turbo cycles are parked in the area. Yeah, they were on the MSX, yeah. Was it originally the MSX? Heard the NES versions aren't good for some reason. I heard they were good. I've not played them. I've not played many NES games at all. It's built with the latest ceramo-plastics and carbon polymers. It doesn't even have a scratch on it. It's no problem. The tyres also have the inspector's stamp on them. Nobody in the parking lot besides us. Okay. Use Metal Gear? No time for that. Okay. I'm just going to get a cheeky save in here. Because I don't know if the on the in-game one actually works. So I'm just going to do a manual save. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 are included in the HD collection. You have access to them from the Metal Gear Solid 3 menu. Right, okay. We're in the turbo cycle. Operation is computer controlled. Where would you like to go? Can we go to Gillian's home? Why don't we stop off at my place first? There's no time. Let's get to the scene as soon as we can. Alright.
Now departing for the abandoned factory.
This music's so good.
My first day on the job, and now this. Ace Junker Gibson has cornered a suspected snatcher. I wonder if this guy really is a snatcher. Guess I'll find out now if all that training really paid off.
They're in Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence as well, right. We've arrived at the abandoned factory. What would you like to do? Exit Turbocycle. We've arrived at the abandoned factory. This is where Gene called from. It's a battered old factory. Judging from its design, I'd say it dates from the period when manned production techniques were still used. It appears abandoned. Sky? The sky's getting quite dark. It looks like a storm may be coming in. You reckon? This place is quite run down. It looks deserted too. Motion detector. Metal, are you reading anything? I can't tell from here. We'll have to move inside. There's no sign that anybody's around. Okay, let's go in the building. The building is heavily damaged. It's probably been abandoned since the last century. There's nothing unusual here. And how do I actually go into it then? Oh, there you go.
Oh no!
What was that?
A male scream. Perhaps something has happened to Jean-Jacques. Gillian, please use extreme caution. I read multiple moving objects within the factory. This could indicate the presence of snatchers or insectors.
Insectors? What in the world's that?
A spider-like robot used by snatchers as security devices. Though compact in size, they are armed with needle guns. Use extreme caution.
Enter. It's very impressive how many of these games' ideas persisted through the years. Which one specifically, Marcelo? Just out of interest. Alright, we're going in. Keep your blaster ready. Push the A button to draw the blaster, okay. Anything could happen there, you might want to save frequently just in case disaster strikes.